Governor Matawalle met with Zamfara State APC Exco. Governor Zulum of Borno State is in Zamfara State as Northeast governors donate 20 million naira. Zamfara State Specialist Hospital to provide free treatments to 1,400 patients. On business, commercial banks still flout CBN directive on BVN. And on the international scene, Burkina Faso junta announces restoration of constitution. And in sport, AFCON tournament enters final stage. Hello there, welcome to Standard Voice News Channel. I'm Svtv Ibrahim. Governor Bello Muhammad Matawalle on Monday met with the Executive Committee of Zamfara State Chapter of the All Progressive Congress. In a press statement by the Publicity Secretary of the party, Alhaji Yusuf Idris said, Governor Matawalle had resolved to continue to work as a team with all members of the party in the state under one roof as a family. Earlier, a formal introduction of all the SEC members was carried out, after which the governor noted that the meeting was delayed due to exigency of work, particularly in addressing security issues, as well as to allow the hosting of leadership induction training to the leaders so as to start administration on a second footing. The Burden Hausa, who assured his full commitment to the needs, growth and development of the party, urged the leaders to always maintain an open door and give listening ears to all. He stressed satisfaction over the way and manner the Tukur Umar Danfanali-led APC is conducting its affairs, which had made the party more visible within and outside the state and also paving its chances to success. Governor of Borno State and Chairman of Northeast Governors Forum, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, was in Gusau, Zamfara State on Monday on behalf of governors of Adamawa, Bauchi, Gombe, Taraba and Yobe State to show sympathy and solidarity over recent attack on communities by armed bandits.
We are here purposely to commiserate with the government and good people of Zamfara State over the recent killings that have happened in some communities of Zamfara State, Nigeria, especially the recent happenings in Anka and Bokurim. It's a matter of great concern to those of us that are in the Northeast, as well as the entire country in general. On behalf of my fellow government and people of Borno State, and indeed the Northeastern states, I wish to commiserate His Excellency and the entire people of Zamfara State over this incident. The Almighty Allah in His infinite wisdom grant any future occurrence.
During the visit, Governor Zulum at the Government House in Gusau presented a check of 20 million naira from the Northeast Governors Forum as support to victims by the way of complementing the efforts of Zamfara State's government toward affected communities. Governor Zulum's entourage include the Chairman, Senate Committee on Army, Senator Muhammad Ali Ndum, Chief Whip of the House of Representatives, Barrister Muhammad Tahir Mungunu, Deputy Speaker of Borno State House of Assembly, Engineer Abdullahi Musa Askira, and the State's Commissioner for Local Government and Emirates Affairs, Shegu Maimele. Governor Zulum also said from all that he had seen and had been following, Governor Bello Matawalle has shown relentless commitment in the ongoing effort between the federal and state government to address security challenges in Zamfara State. The Yariman Bakura Specialist Hospital in Gusau, Zamfara State has concluded all arrangements to provide free treatment to 1,400 patients with fatality, cervical cancer problems, and child immunization in the state. This was disclosed by the medical director of Yariman Bakura Specialist Hospital, Dr. Usman Muhammad Shanawa, when management of the hospital paid a courtesy visit to Emir of Gusau, Dr. Ibrahim Bello, in his palace. Dr. Shanawa said they were at Gusau Emirate to solicit for support and cooperation on how to manage the improved number of patients across the 40 local government areas of the state. He stressed that each local government will have 100 patients. He further stressed that the program was part of Governor Bello Matawale's efforts to provide health care to the people at their doorstep. In his response, the Emir of Gusau, Dr. Ibrahim Bello, thanked the medical director and his entourage and assured of his support, cooperation and assistance to the hospital. Zamfara State Zakat Collection, Distribution and Endowment Board has distributed financial assistance to 16,800 orphans and less privileged from 17 Emirates councils in the state. This is part of the achievements recorded by the administration of Governor Bello Muhammad Matawale within 6 months. Also speaking, the chairman of Zakat Board, Sheikh Abakar Sodangi, thanks Governor Bello Matawale for his commitment to assist orphans and less privileged people and prayed Allah to restore peace and security in Zamfara and the country. The Zamfara state government has raised the alarm over endemic of some neglected tropical disease, NTD, across the 40 local government areas, saying more than 4 million people are at risk of elephantiasis disease in the state. This was disclosed on Monday by the State Commissioner of Health, Alhaji Aliyu Abakar, at the occasion to mark the third World Neglected Tropical Disease held in Gusau, Zamfara state capital. Alhaji Aliyu said 40 local governments are endemic and more than 4 million people living in the state are at risk. He revealed that NTD is a major cause of preventable blindness and disability, which affects more than 1.7 billion people worldwide and can cause severe and lifelong impairment.
The NTDs, mostly parasitic infections, are the major causes of preventable blindness and disability. They threaten more than 1.7 billion people worldwide who live in the poorest communities, making them vulnerable to the mild and severe lifelong impairment. These diseases blind, disable, and disfigure people, taking away not only their health, but also their chances of staying in school, earning a living, or even being accepted by their family or community.
According to him, those affected with NTD disease are usually stigmatized, and that alone can have a devastating impact on the victims and their families. He maintained that the state government has enabling environments to show its commitment towards the control and eradication of NTD in the state. He said Nigeria as a whole, and Zamfara state in particular, is at risk of contracting one or more of NTDs. The Zamfara State Police Command, in collaboration with other security agencies, rescued 32 kidnapped victims who were abducted in Niger, Katsina and Zamfara State respectively. This was disclosed by the command's public relations officer, Zamfara State Command, SP Muhammad Shehu, while addressing newsmen in Gusau, Zamfara State capital.
The Zamfara State Police Command, in conjunction with other security agencies. The achievement is regarding the rescue of 32 kidnapped victims who were abducted differently and held from Niger, Kaduna and Zamfara State respectively.
SP Muhammad Shehu said the victims were rescued in different locations in Zamfara State. According to him, 10 victims were abducted along Shemi Funtua Road while on their way to their village in Birnin Magaji local government area from Lagos. SP Shehu further stated that another set of 3 victims who were also kidnapped along Shemi Funtua Road were rescued based on intelligence information. He stressed that another set of 19 kidnapped victims were rescued by the Nigerian army and handed over to the police in Gusau. SP Shehu stated that the rescued victims were medically tested and debriefed by the police command and are ready to be reunited with their families. The Emir of Moriki, Alhaji Ismail Muhammad Ari II, is dead. According to the royal family, who spoke to newsmen, said the second-class emir died at the health facility in Kaduna State during a prolonged illness. Late Ismail Ari, the Sarkinbo Memorial, left one wife and 5 children, 2 males and 3 females. His funeral prayer was held at the Emir's Palace, Moriki Zumu local government area of Zamfara State. Governor Aminu Waziri of Sokoto State on Wednesday agreed to begin a nationwide consultation on the desirability or otherwise of him pursuing a bid of the presidency under the auspices of the PDP. Governor Tambor, who recalled that the trajectory of his political career has shown a consistent struggle for democratic discrimination, also pointed out that he has never ventured into any political striving without seeking the approval and blessing of the people of his state as well as his constituency. He therefore conjured to start a nationwide consultation process that will enable him decide whether to throw his hat in the ring or not. He said he has listened to his party leaders, women and youth on the call that he should initiate and begin the process of consultation with a view to running and contesting for the president of Nigeria under the banner of his great party. He proffered that he would launch the deliberations in earnest and announce what feedbacks he got. And on business,
Audio Jungle.
A member House of Representatives from Plateau State, Dachang Bagos, has alleged that commercial banks in the country are still flouting the directive of the Central Bank of Nigeria on the bank verification number, as well as keeping charges on field transactions. According to Bagos, the commercial banks in Nigeria have adamantly disobeyed and continue to hold on the monies out of field transaction more than necessary, against the directives of the Central Bank of Nigeria and to the detriment of Nigerians. He said about 45.85 billion bank accounts were yet to be linked after the introduction of bank verification number by the Central Bank of Nigeria in 2014. Data released by the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System on June 23, 2021 disclosed that the total number of accounts in Nigeria as of May 2019 is pegged 122.71 million naira, but the active account as of May 2022 stood at 72.938 million naira. And on the international scene,
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
The Burkinabe junta has announced the restoration of constitution order just 1 week after a coup ousted elected President Kabore. In a statement read on Monday, the military notified the population that the junta had approved a fundamental act. The 37-article document lifted the suspension of the constitution after its suspension in the aftermath of the January 24th coup. According to the statement, it guarantees independence of the judiciary and presumption of innocence, as well as basic liabilities spelled out in the June 2, 1999 Constitution, such as freedom of movement and freedom of speech, as well as it secures power in the hands of the military. Some Burkinabe hailed the leaders of the patriotic movement for safeguard and restoration. Lieutenant Colonel Damiba, after his power grab on the regional scene, ECOWAS sanctioned Burkina Faso by suspending the country from the West African group. And on sports, as the ongoing African Cup of Nations tournament enters the semi-final stage, Johnny Edwards writes about the players who were expected to shine at the Continental showspace but failed to sparkle in Cameroon. Manchester City winger Mahrez failed to replicate his blistering club for Algeria, who crashed out in the group stage. Algeria thus became the second AFCON champion to exit the competition in the first round when defending the trophy. Shockingly, Mahrez, who played in all the 3 games, failed to make an impact, score or make an assist for the Fensics, who finished bottom of Group E with 1 point behind third place Sierra Leone, who had a point more. Ivory Coast and Equatorial Guinea advanced from the group as group winners and runners-up respectively. In the group decider, Algeria had to beat Ivory Coast to progress but splitted to a 3-1 defeat with the City winger missing a penalty. Prior to the tournament, the 30-year-old had scored 12 goals and made 5 assists in 25 appearances for the Premier League champions, but at the AFCON it was a different ballgame as he put every foot wrong. Regarded as the most creative player in the Super Eagles, Iwobi failed to make the starting lineup in the opening game against Egypt and Sudan. The Everton forward came on for Moses Simon with 1 minute left to play in the team's 1-0 win over Egypt, while he placed Samuel Chukwueze at halftime in their 3-1 victory over Sudan. He played all 90 minutes as the Eagles coasted to a 2-0 win over Guinea-Bissau in their finals. That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. During the news, a quick look at the major headlines. Governor Matawalle met with Zamfara State APC Exco. Governor Zulum of Borno State is in Zamfara State as Northeast governors donate 20 million naira. Zamfara State Specialist Hospital to provide free treatments to 1,400 patients. On business, commercial banks still flout CBN directive on BVN. And on the international scene, Burkina Faso junta announces restoration of constitution. And in sport, AFCON tournament enters final stage. That's the news. Thanks for watching. I'm Fawzia Ibrahim. Do have a nice day.